Hey guys, what's going on? Banana156 here with another video. Remember to subscribe, like, comment, do all that stuff. I do read all comments, so make sure to leave one. So yeah, let's get right into it. This video will be a bit more chill. We're just going over Jordan Peterson's first 12 rules for life. The second 12 rules for life we may go over in a different video. But I just thought, the 12 rules for life is what Jordan Peterson is famous for, and his self-help is what got him where he is today. So I wanted to go over them and see how good they are, because yeah. So, and now I know a lot of Jordan Peterson fans will say, well, you have to read the 500 pages that the book is. I'm not going to read that. I'm just reading the rules. If they can't be explained in one sentence, then they're bad, okay? And besides, you can't hide behind just word salad to make your points, and when your points are bad. So the first rule is stand up straight with your shoulders back. So I assume this isn't just about posture. I assume it's more about being confident, which is good. You should be confident. Confidence does help a lot, and it does just make you feel better, So being confident is good. Fine rule for that one. Treat yourself like you are someone you are responsible for helping for the second one. That's good. That's basically just treat others how you want to be treated. Just one of those rules, which is good. You should always treat people well and just be a good, courteous person to people. So fine, that's a good rule. Make friends with people who want the best for you. That's a really good rule. I'm not sure what the exact. I'm pretty sure the thing is you are most like the 5 people you hang out with most. So make sure those 5 people are good people and they actually care about you, because it's really easy to get stuck in bad crowds and then get stuck with people who are manipulative and don't really care about you and just want to exploit you for some kind of gain. So yeah, make sure you have good friends. That's a good rule too. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. This is a really good rule because, or compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. This is actually a really good rule because it focuses on self-improvement rather than comparing yourself to others, and self-improvement is the most important thing, because the only thing that matters is that you are getting better as a person. It doesn't matter what other people are doing. So yeah, that's a good rule. Now the 5th rule, do not let your children do anything that makes you dislike them. This is the first rule where I'm like, what's he thinking about there? Because do not let your children do anything that makes you dislike them. That sounds really authoritarian to me, and really kind of, autocratic to me, because what does he expect your children to be, mini yous? Because your children are their own people, and they'll do what they want to do, and regardless if you like it or not. And this rule gives a justification for not letting your kid express their sexuality if they're gay or lesbian or pan or something. And yeah, so this is a really bad rule, and it can be interpreted to be really, really bad, really authoritarian, xenophobic, homophobic, all those things. It can be interpreted as if you want it to be. And yeah, not a fan of rule number 5. That's a really authoritarian rule, and it really does kind of show the underlying tendencies of Jordan Peterson to be authoritarian and to want to control things. So the 6th rule is set your house in perfect order before you criticize the world. This is a really funny rule to me, because when Jordan Peterson wrote this book, and when he was becoming famous and going to the top, his house was not in order. He was a drug addict. He was just all over the place. He was not in good shape at all. And to say this rule, so why does this rule exist? First of all, it exists to keep it exists to keep people from criticizing the establishment, because you have stuff that you need to work out. It exists so people don't criticize the institutions. Instead, they look in themselves, which is very bad. We need reformers and revolutionaries to criticize the institutions so stuff actually changes for the better. So this is a very bad rule, a very authoritarian rule, and a very hypocritical rule. He did not have his house in order at all when he was writing this book, and when he was writing a second one. And when we go over the next 12 rules for life, you will tell that he was not there for those 12 rules, because they're bad. They're just bad rules. So, and not like bad in the sense that they're authoritarian or weird. It's just that they were really rushed through and not as coherent as these rules were, which are probably because of the drugs he was on. So, and I'm not saying drug use is bad if you want to do whatever you want, but it's just funny because he said have your house in order. So, the 7th rule is pursue what is meaningful, not what is expedient. So, I assume this means like don't go for the easy way, go for the way that brings you the most fulfillment and brings you the most stuff. But this is kind of a subjective rule, like what is meaningful, what is not. But overall, I think it's okay. It's not that bad. It's fine. It's a fine rule. So 8th, tell the truth or at least don't lie. So that's fine. Honesty is a good characteristic to have. Honesty is good, so I don't see any underlying tones with that rule. So I think that rule is fine. 8's fine. So 9, assume that the person you are listening to might know something you don't. This is a good rule. This is just like being charitable to people, which I don't know. I haven't watched any Jordan Peterson talking tos, but most conservatives aren't very charitable to people. So, and they do straw man a lot. So I'm not sure if Jordan Peterson does that, but I know a lot of other conservatives do that. So it could be hypocritical. It could not be. But yeah, it's a fine rule. Be charitable to people when you talk to them. And yeah, so, and the 10th rule is be precise with your speech, or be precise in your speech. This is a fine rule, except that it is very hypocritical for Jordan Peterson to say that, because be precise normally means, be nice and quick with it and get your point across quickly and precisely. So, and Jordan Peterson does not do that. He took like 500 pages to write this, to write just about these 12 rules, and all of it is word salad. I've read it and I forgot most of it because most of it was meaningless. It was just him just trying to sound philosophical and smart and just going through like the whole book, and it was not precise at all, and he was all over the place. And if you ever listen to him talk, like there was that one video with with Ben Shapiro, Jordan Peterson went on Ben Shapiro's show, and he was not precise at all. He didn't make sense at all. He said he was trying to be a philosopher and he couldn't do it. He was just being dumb. And I do have a video coming up soon, or I don't know how soon it's coming up, but I do have a video coming up where I talk about that video and talk about Jordan Peterson as a whole. But yeah, 10, be precise in your speech is a fine rule if the person saying it wasn't hypocritical. But yeah, be precise in your speech, but Jordan Peterson is not very precise in his speech, and it's just funny how hypocritical some of these rules are. Now the 11th rule is do not bother children when they are skateboarding. That's a good rule. Good rule. Never bother kids when they're skateboarding. That's a very good rule. And the 12th rule is pet a cat when you encounter one on the street. I like that rule. It's a good rule. It's, fine. But yeah, the last 2 rules are good, but a lot of the other rules are, well, most of the rules are just, normal self-help stuff. A few are kind of authoritarian. And the reason I wanted to go over these 12 rules for life by Jordan Peterson was because I wanted to show how his self-help advice was very standard and very normal apart from a few things. But the main goal that he is trying to do with his self-help, and you can see with a few underlying tones in a few of the 12 rules for life, is that he wants people to stop thinking about institutions in the country and to stop thinking about changing the world. He wants people to just live their life and keep the system as it is and let other people handle it because their house isn't in perfect order, for example. It's a tool to propagate conservatism and radicalize people. That's what Jordan Peterson's self-help is. And I know it's helped a ton of people, and I know that he has legitimately helped people, and I know some of the people he has helped are not conservative, and they are good people, even if they are conservative, and I do respect that. But you have to read between the lines and see what the underlying tones of Jordan Peterson's work really is, and what he's actually trying to do when he writes like the 12 Rules for Life, and how some of the rules are very authoritarian and very much play into conservatism. And yeah, so that's why I wanted to make this video, just to show how Jordan Peterson's self-help advice is pretty average and pretty, what you expect from a self-help person, but how there are some underlying tones that are very dangerous and how he uses it to radicalize people. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to subscribe, like, comment, do all that stuff. I do read all comments, so make sure to leave one. If you disagreed with anything I said, leave a comment and we can talk about it there. If you dislike the video, leave a dislike. And yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next week.